contact lenses out.
Which I think is weird. What does that have to do with?
Because I gotta go here, and if something touches my eyes, it can move it even under. Because even if I close my eye and I rub my eyelid, it will move my contact lens around. So if something ends up touching my eyelid with my contact lens in my eye, then it could move my contact lens around in my eye, which could damage my eye. So I say to take contact lenses out. And we're about to go through Hope. Now we're entering Hope.
She didn't stop.
Look like gloves. Looks like I gotta take my contact lenses out before I gotta take my tongue ring out. Asked, they said no metal. And I was like, well, so I could put a plastic tongue ring in instead. And then I was like, wait, that wouldn't make sense because then it could catch on anything and then end up catching on the camera or going in my throat, choking me more with the camera there and stuff like that. We're in Rockport. Port of Rocks. Woke up this morning, came out, there's a little tiny layer of snow on the Jeep truck and everything. There is a turn somewhere on the stretch that is like near the lakes. I'm pretty sure it's back there. It's up here. Yeah, it's back there. Pretty sure it's one of those turns. You go to the left coming from this way, and it goes back roadway over to right next to the hospital instead of having to do all of this stuff. Be able to help the traffic. It's a little tiny back road, so it kind of makes it easier but harder at the same time. It's easier by having less traffic, more harder by.
I really do really no traffic. I know it's never gonna be possible.
Well, that's why I'm saying that way. It makes it easier to have less traffic type of thing.
Yeah, since I haven't drove for a long while. So I said I need to drive because I'm gonna lose interest of driving if I don't start driving. What's down my license if I'm not driving?
Well, summer, started doing the check engine light was flashing and stuff like that, then it would show me what is making it do that type of thing. It's so windy that washer fluid was blowing sideways instead, coming out, and instead of going straight, it was blowing to the side. And it left all kinds of nasty stuff smeared on the windshield more. Ice fishing.
I can't tell if he has his blinker on or not.
Yeah, he does. But the one in front of him swerving all the way out so nobody could go past him, and this and that. The person in front, the truck in front of the one in front of us, going all the way to the left with his blinker on to turn right, and then swerves back over to the right, and then swerves back to the left, then turns right again. Makes no sense. Come on, people. Almost there. Everybody hammer on their rigs. We're at the green light as well. Make half people probably freaking miss the light, if anything. Trying to go around that thing. Bumps in the intersection. It's like nobody knows how to drive correctly in Maine anymore. Red light and they're all starting to go.
No, it's a green light, they're not even going.
Yeah, they were moving when it was red, and then they stopped when it's green. That's why I said, it's like nobody knows how to drive in Maine anymore. You don't pop up. Say no, bud. Truck in front of us was like just not paying attention in both lanes at the same time.
He's over the white line.
Yeah, they said not paying attention or something because can't even keep it in the lanes. whatever for a bucket as much as needing a key for this thing, a spare key for the thing, so we don't walk ourselves out. Came to Home Depot in Rockland, got a key for the second key for the Jeep, so now we got a spare key for the Jeep, which it even starts it for a second, but then it shuts itself off because it doesn't recognize it. So it doesn't recognize the key with like having a chip or whatever. Really? Love how people just fly right through here like it's nothing.
Those are the people that were right beside us.
No.
They're staring at us like,
Unless they were on the other, on my side or something.
Yeah, they were on your side.
Probably trying to watch because I'm fighting with the key and stuff. Here we go.
It's not like we're stealing it because it's our real coal.
Probably was more watching because it kept shutting itself off after starting, so probably thought we were having vehicle problems, but we're not. It's just copied the key, so then we had a spare and wanted to see if it worked. Come on. There we go.
Don't turn the heat on.
Yeah. There we go. On our way.
It just felt scratchy and red.
The only thing that was weird was just basically it felt like I had phlegm in my throat when I didn't. Like I felt like I had mucus there, but not type of thing, and it's because of the stuff that they put on it. But they said there was no
Competition.
There was nothing. No ulcers, no nothing. At all the way down to my intestines.
So what's making you have that problem?
So it's gotta be my gallbladder. Because everything is completely clear. There's no abscess, there's no nothing. Because they said if there was any like abscess type of things there, then they would remove them to biopsy them, to test them, make sure they're not cancerous or anything like that. But there was none of any of it. It was perfectly fine and flawless, and they said that it's probably one of the best that they've seen. So
It's almost like you get surgery to get.
it's got to be my gallbladder not working correctly.
Is that what they said?
That's the only next thing, is it could be that my gallbladder not working correctly when I eat, making it hurt when I get done eating.
Yeah, because we're eating at 8 o'clock at night instead of, that's why I said we need to eat earlier than 8 o'clock. So we can have food digest before we go lay down.
That's what is for everybody but me, because it causes pain for me, so I want to go to bed after eating because it hurts. That's why, like, I want to go up and lay down after type of thing, because my stomach hurts. That's why I eat after everybody else. So yes, for everybody, it's better to eat sit there and wait until they took me in. And then once I went in, they did everything for making sure that I was who I'm supposed to be and this and that, and making sure that I had IV in, and making sure that I knew what was going to happen. The doctor came in, and the anesthesiologist came in, which does the anesthesia.
What was the IV?
The IV is how they put the anesthesia in so you go to sleep. And the hard part was like the mucus in my mouth going around, and they were like, oh, well, here's this, and they had to put a thing in my mouth, a plastic thing, and it strapped around my head to hold in to keep my mouth open for the camera to go through, and then they put an oxygen over, and then after the oxygen went on, then I turned around and they were like, oh, well, all set now that you're going to go, we're going to do the anesthesia, so then you go to sleep. And once they got done saying that, like I was fixing the strap for the oxygen mask, and then I fell asleep like that. And then because I was tired anyways before going in, because I didn't take my dessert.
Right.
So then I turned around, and next thing you know, I woke up in a completely different room, and I completely was wide awake, more awake than I was when I went in. And I started like getting everything together and stuff like that. Turn around, they had a shop, like one of those baskets for a store, like Dollar General or Hannaford, the little shopping basket that you carry. They had one of those that you put all your stuff in. So then it was on a chair a little bit away from the bed. I started like taking the blanket off and fixing the Johnny thing, even though I had my tank top on and everything still. Started grabbing that. I got up and grabbed the reading basket and stuff and my shirts and everything. Was putting my contacts in right away, doing all that stuff, and she stepped out for a half a second to let you know that I was done, and by the time she came back in, I was already just ready to put my shirts on and everything and be able to go. And she goes, holy moly. She goes, you weren't even supposed to stand up yet. I was like, she goes, how did you feel on your feet? I was like, perfectly fine. She goes, how do you feel? I was like, I feel like I got mucus in the back of my throat that, like, phlegm type of thing in the back of my throat, but it's not even itchy or nothing. It's perfectly fine.
Yeah, it seemed like she rolled her eyes at me after I told her that you're on. I was like, yeah, he's on the phone with me. I said he's on the phone, and she kind of rolled her eyes and like turned like attitude-ish.
I told her, I was like, oh, I'll just call her. I was like, it's fine. I don't know.
Why she came out to me?
It's like, save you from having to go out. She goes, but it's by policy that they have to. And stuff. And just like she said, I stood up and she goes, how are you feeling on your feet and stuff? And she went to go get the wheelchair. She took the IV out and stuff. And went to go get the wheelchair and stuff after letting you know, and came back in. I was already dressed, and she had the wheelchair there. She said, how you feel on your feet? I was like, perfectly fine. And I stood up and I did a little dance, and she goes, oh, okay. She goes, that's unusual. I was like, just because what led me to being in addiction was because the come on, because I was trying that key and stuff.
Yeah, you
so,
know it fucked up the motor.
No, it doesn't fuck up the motor. It fucks up the messes with the theft control type of thing, because if it's a different key going in the ignition and you don't program it to the ignition, then it does theft, anti-theft type of thing. Because these are, like, we got the other one that has the remote to unlock the doors and lock the doors.
What this on feet? It's hitting me in the face.
Feet's gonna turn around and just go like that and turn around.
It just hit me in the face.
People with no headlights on, it's already dark. Because there's no lights saying that the doors are open at all. There's no lights saying anything else. It's just the same lights that it was. But the front driver tire looked a little low on air yesterday, but then when we drive, so I learned, do not put air in tires when they're cold.
Okay, why?
Because when you drive them, they warm up. Or you drive on them, they warm up. So you want to drive a distance so your tires get warm, because air expands when it's warm. It shrinks when it's cold. So it may look like you're low on air when it's cold, but then when you drive, it will be fine. So it will look like it's at 20 pounds of pressure or 30 pounds of pressure when it's cold, because air shrinks, gets thinner and shrinks when it's cold. That's why it's harder to breathe in the cold. But then when it's warm, it's heavier and thicker type of thing. So when you look at your tires, like the little caps that we got on here that does the tire pressure gauge for the caps, those say that it's fine for pressure, but it looked like it was low on pressure yesterday or the day before, and then when we went somewhere, we came back, it was fine. It's basically because the air gets thinner, so it looks like it's low. But if you put air in it when it's cold like that, then you're going to put more air in it, that when it gets warm, it's going to expand and get thicker. So then when it expands and gets thicker, that's going to make it that, yes, it says that you have 35 psi, pounds square inch of pressure in your tire when it's cold, but then that air expands when it's warm, when you're driving, so that's going to boost it to like 45 pounds square inch psi. So you're basically going to end up with more air, which is not good at all. So you want to turn around and check your air pressure when it's warm, and put air in when it's warm. And if you have cold air going in, it's going to do the same thing. But it's better if you have warm air in it already, because then that cold air is going to be a little bit, it's going to mix with the warm air to equal it out a little bit better. So basically you want to always use, that's why they say winter air, summer air and stuff. You got to change for your winter air, but it's actually bad to do that. You got to check it after driving it a certain distance, so your tires, because it gathers friction on the road with your tires as you're driving, even if you're not doing burnouts or nothing like that, just regular driving, it still has friction to the road, which is how it grips. And you want to make sure that you have that warmth in your tires before checking the air, so that you don't overinflate them, because if you overinflate them, you're gonna, you know how we talked about Dad, I was on the motorcycle with Dad and he took me to go get the car or whatever at Mom's work or something at one point, and I don't know, there was a bubble sticking out of the tire on the motorcycle.
I don't think I was
Like,
with you.
We've seen videos of,
before we got together.
we've seen videos anyways on TV of tires that have bubbles coming out of them and stuff, that they'll have a big bubble sticking out, like a balloon sticking out of the side of the tire.
Yeah.
That happens when you put too much air in it also.
Right.
It
And if
will
you
create
hit
a weak spot.
pothole
It
a
will do
certain way, it'll pop it.
it. It will create it also, because it will, it basically, it puts the air,
Something like it pop.
makes the air more pressure, so that it goes through from the inside out, and then just the outside, because there's wire in the middle of the tires. There's steel wire and stuff. Like when we were cutting the tires and stuff for the plant pots and stuff for the potatoes
Yeah.
and different stuff, I was cutting the sidewalls off the tires and different things for when we did the outdoor growing in the garden the first year at the new house. Remember
I want to do that again. I think we did good.
Yeah.
Mom said that we didn't do very good. Like, I'm like, it's your first time.
It,
It was just experience. And I thought
no,
we
it was
did
the
alright.
potatoes that
Yeah.
they said, but it was also, like even Dad said, it was because it was an experiment, did it in shavings and stuff instead of soil.
But we did half soil, half that.
Yeah, but there was too much shavings, and the shavings had too high of an acid.
We didn't
acidic,
help where the cat keep peeing in it, and
Yeah.
chickens and stuff kept, in it.
It was too high on acid, acidity. But
Right.
turn around and
This year I want to grow some and get some cabinet. That would be really good.
either way, but there's wire inside of the tires, was the
Right.
point, and the air will get through the inside rubber, through the wire, and it will stick on the outside. The outside rubber will still be there, but it's thinner, so it bubbles out like a little balloon sticking out. And it's really thin, so it's easy to pop. You got your camera ready? Sunset?
I'm all set. This is the same thing all the times.
But it's just better that putting too much air in your tires will create that bubble also.
Right. That's why they always tell you to check your.
Make sure you don't overfill your tires, is
Right.
what they say. Because
Slow
an
down, man.
apple-
Slow down.
I know, I'm
Alright.
watching.
I know. I'm sorry.
It's
Just want to
will
tell you.
create bubbles and stuff like that, and it can create like vibrations and wobbles and stuff in the tires when you're driving. It can create a lot of problems if you put too much air in. And if you put too little air in, it will come off from the beat. Bye-bye. Good boys.
Look. Yeah.
No, not enough. It will make it so it comes off the bead and stuff like that.
We gotta get.
So you don't want to put too much, you don't want to put too little, and that's why they got the tire pressure sensors built into the valve stems and in the tires to tell you that that's one of the reasons why the dash blinks because of that. But
Did you try him on the canned food yet?
no, I haven't yet because I wanted to give him eat at the same time, mixing it in, and I got the bowl and the cans in the back, and that's why I grabbed the fork and the spoon
I should give it
from
to
the
him.
house, and he was supposed to get it at 4 o'clock, and it's almost 5. I'm trying to get it so that it's on the same schedule as it was,
Right.
because then he's taking it the 3 times a day at that schedule. So either I give it to him at like 11 o'clock tonight, or I wait and give it to him tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, or I give it to him at basically 8 a.m., 4 p.m., or
Did it just get
11
dark?
p.m. Yeah, the sun went down more, so it started to get darker. It's 8 a.m., 4 p.m., and 11 p.m. On our way still, almost home. Just going with the flow of traffic, but trying to not really go with the flow of traffic, because going with the flow of traffic is like 60 to 55, and this and that, so they told me basically take it easy and not really do pretty much anything, just relax for the rest of the day. And it's like, yeah, okay, might be able to get away with telling that to somebody like 20, 30 years older than me, but somebody my age and younger, they're not gonna really listen to, oh, don't do anything the rest of the day. What is going on?
Nicole said she smoked a cigarette all the way up till her appointment, and she was completely fine.
Yeah.
So I'm telling, she says legally they have to tell you that, but you don't really have to.
Well, the problem is they explained it to me while I was in there, because they asked if I smoked, and I said yes. I was like, I smoked one this morning, early this morning, when I got up. That's it.
Yeah, tell me you're smoking amount like that.
But they said, okay, well, this is gonna taste really nasty, but I'm gotta have you squish this mouthwash stuff around in the back of your mouth, near your throat and stuff, so it's more on your throat than anything, and you gotta squish it around, and then you gotta swallow the stuff, and it's gonna taste very nasty, and it's because it's gonna a little bit of an extra numbing stuff for your throat, because nicotine numbs your throat a little in the first place, and if you smoke, then you're gonna have the tolerance to the numbing to your throat, which is what goes on the camera when we do the camera. So with that, we gotta have you do this mouthwash stuff, which tastes very disgusting, just so you know, and we're gonna have you do that because it will do an extra little bit of a numbing, basically. So, and that's why they say not to, because nicotine is smoking cigarettes, smoke is actually numbing to your throat.